Our next social emotional learning area is self-management. I've talked a lot in these videos about executive functioning skills, and this is the area that really a lot of executive skills fall under. I can work well, I can stay organized, I can use self control, I can express my emotion, I can use calming strategies, I can make goals, I can persevere through challenges. So you see a little bit of overlap, right? Like the expressing emotions, that's identifying emotions from self-awareness, right? So there is a lot of interweaving between these. Also, I can persevere through challenges. That's kind of like that growth mindset idea again. So this is a lot about, you've identified what the problem is, but now you have to figure out how to calm down, or you have to figure out what you can do to re-regulate yourself, or how to stay organized, or how to plan. I want to be able to do this thing, but I don't really know how to get it done. So how do I do it? So one thing I use with kids, and you could use something similar to this with your children at home, is I have this little coping skills bingo game, and it has like all these different options on it of things you could do. So you could brainstorm with your child. What are things you like to do to calm down when you're upset? So maybe they like to draw, maybe they like to write, maybe they like to play with Play-Doh, maybe they like to listen to calming music and do deep breathing, maybe they like to take a walk outside, maybe they like to do downward dog, do a little yoga, maybe they like to read, maybe they like to talk about how they're feeling, maybe they prefer to think about some happy place. You can, the list goes on and on and on, right? So you can help them identify what are the things that help you calm down, because everybody's a little bit different, right? For what works for one person might not work for the next person. So give them a long list of options and let them sort of play around with it and get to know it themselves and say, what does work for me? And you can do the same thing for you, right? And just as a family, just get super curious, like what's the thing that helps me calm down the most? And everybody, I can guarantee everyone's going to be a little bit different. So letting them really figure that out and try to tinker with that is kind of a fun thing to do. And then if they have some goal they want to be able to do, I can remember my daughter really wanted to learn how to do the splits. And so I was like, well, I can't do the split, so I don't know how to help you with that. So we did research about how do you stretch your body enough so that you can eventually do the splits. And she made a whole plan. She Googled the steps, and every day she would practice a little more. And by golly, by like 3 months into it, she was doing the splits. It was amazing. It was really fun to watch. So help them come up with a goal, and then you got to help them sort of do the backstepping. So like if they say, okay, I want to be able to shoot a basketball into the hoop by, it's November now, February or January or whatever, consistently. Maybe they can do it every once in a while now, but they want to get more consistent with it. You can make a little calendar with them, put it on the calendar and say, okay, this is when we're going to try to reach our goal. What are the things we need to do to meet our goal? And say, maybe we work on getting it 3 feet up in the air, whatever it is. I don't know how you'd break down throwing a basketball into a hoop, but figure out how to break it down and put it on a calendar with them and let them really try to do it, and say to them every day, well, you got to keep practicing, and really get them to be aware of the fact that truly practice makes perfect, and the more I practice, the better I'm going to get at that thing. It's a great thing for them to know they can plan out something, they can figure out the action steps that they need to do to get there, and then they can meet that goal. That is so powerful for a person to know. So maybe it's a small thing you start with. Maybe they start with, if they're little, maybe they want to learn how to write their name. And then every single day you practice, and you just practice one letter at a time for a while, and then you practice 2, and then you practice 3, until, 2 months from then they can actually write their name. It's fun, and I think for them it would help them so much to know, gosh, I can, if I make a plan in my head, I can actually do it. So I just think that's super powerful. All right, thanks.